Don't know if you've seen this, but an extremely popular figure in the MMA community just strongly came out on Twitter against misogyny and reached out to young men. Oh, well, that's nice. Powerful stuff from Luke Thomas. Is this Luke Thomas? I don't think people can be popular in the MMA while looking like this guy. Wouldn't his glasses get punched off? Let's find out.
Who watch this show, but I'm not talking to them right now. I'm talking to other men, particularly young men. You have to understand something, and it might take you a while like it took me to figure this out. I don't think I've got it all figured out, but I'm telling you this as someone not on their moral high horse. I'm telling you this as someone who has made every one of the mistakes I'm about to identify. Okay? Listen to me, young men of the world. Yeah? Hating women is bull.
I have problems with this. No, I don't. Let's go.
Right? And I don't mean bullshit like, I'm so mad at you. I mean bullshit like, it's a lie. It's not real. Right? All of these
I do think it's actually really important to sell people on the idea that, like, trying to take Tate's advice will make you a miserable virgin. Holy shit. Nobody gets laid off of any of this, like, MRA pickup artist stuff. It literally does not work. The reason you don't hear about pickup artists anymore is because it's basically been accepted that that entire community exists to fleece money off of, like, anxious 13-year-old boys. If you've ever seen videos of pickup artists operating in public, it is astonishing. Channel 5 video on it is just like, oh, you know? Because it's they're like thinking in their head like tactics, like, dude, just talk to people. Literally, like, the incels will be like, oh, just talk to people. Yeah, just talk to people. Literally, like, you can get specific with the advice, but it's going to be iterations of just talk to people. Yeah, that is in fact how it works. You know, you're not going to get in there by hating women. It makes it really tough.
Ideas that you have about claiming women, subjugating them, thinking that they are inferior to you. They should be a thing to be controlled.
Will hitting the like button help you get laid? Yes. Hitting the like button on all of my streams and videos is guaranteed to get you pussy within 2 to 5 business days.
Or in some other way. These are all lies. They're not true things. The reality is something happened to you along the way. You
ever think of debating Fresher Fit? I would love to go on Fresher Fits. You say debunk their ideas, but, like, I don't know what ideas I could really debunk with Fresh and Fit. I feel like I just have to go in there and riff with them. We're not exactly talking about academically cited theses coming out of these, you know, more like academically blighted feces. Oh, hi! Hey, ooh. Woke up real early in the morning for that one. That one was so good, Artemy did a little spin over there. Yeah.
Interacting with women or some message you received, and it has warped your perspective about it, which you now think is normal, and that the women are the ones who need to change. It is the exact opposite. And I say this to you as someone whose mom beat me in a way that was probably illegal, right? She probably beat me so bad that she probably should have been prosecuted by the law.
That's not good.
I got up as a kid. She took her own life. I've had epic, Chernobyl-level romantic failures. Like, you don't think I've had bad ideas about women in my life? I've had super fucked up ideas about women in my life. Now, I never hit one, but nevertheless, the ideas that can germinate and lead to something like that, I had all of them. And what you begin to realize is when you unpack all of the pieces of your life that led to this worldview, you believed lies. You believed lies that they weren't your equal. You believed lies that they had done something special to you and that they are a special class of people who are in need of control, who are in need of corralling, who are in need of subjugation, who are in need of some method of oversight that only you are properly able to give, and it has to be firm and heavy-handed. It's, young men of the world, it's all a lie. There's nothing to it. It's not true at all. And if you don't...
The interesting thing about people, about guys who think that women are inferior and need to be controlled, is that they tend not to derive any pleasure from the act of controlling. I'm not talking about, like, kink stuff or whatever. That's all fine if you're being consensual, blah, blah. I mean, like, the idea of like, I need to guide this woman's life. Usually the guy does this with a kind of begrudging, like, antagonistic, like, wow, look at you. You're stupid. I need to pick up after your messes. Like, I'm the one in charge. I'm just, like, leading you around. Like, despite this being the ideology they're putting forward and they're insisting on, it doesn't seem to make them very happy, which is really weird. It's like they are, it reminds me, it's like the master-slave dynamic a little bit, in the sense that like there's like a mutually crippling relationship there where one's identity is kind of seen in and reflected from the relationship with the other, particularly the master of the slave, right? Like the idea that for these guys who are so independent, allegedly, and so alpha and so in control of their own life, they are for no reason building a life that makes them miserable, and seeing the reaffirmation of the necessity of that dynamic as they look at, you know, the nominal slave, or the woman partner in this case. You get what I mean, right? No, they don't. That's the critical thing. They don't enjoy hating women. And honest to God, that's the saddest thing of all, you know? It's like, if you could see like these incels who are tearing their lives apart with hatred and bitterness, and if you could live in a world where you could think, okay, well, it's not working, but I get what they're going for. I don't get what they're going for. They don't even have that. We're not even talking about blowing all your money at the lotto, because you imagine like a good outcome there. The best case scenario here is misery for them anyway. Or you could just take the autism pill and info dump on hot girls at parties about how you like trains, which will work.
Find a way to confront this, to really get to the bottom of it, that something hurt you and you are incapable of dealing with it in adulthood, you will continue to have all of these issues. Because we're going to talk about Gervonta in a minute, and you mentioned it. It's not just the Dana White situation. Look at this news about Phil Baroni, who has, again, allegedly, been arrested for murdering his girlfriend. And the alleged details...
That's not good. You shouldn't do that.
...are he beat her to death. He beat her to death. You know, when you add that into what Dana did, into the defense of Dana, like, I wish a woman would hit on me. You are a bully who is in need of an easy win, which is why you say what you say. Not because women are in need of your firm hand, but because you wish to deliver it punitively because someone hurt you at some point previously in your life and you have simply not dealt with it yet.
This is so true, dude. It's like the play yard bullies who are mean to 6-year-olds when they're 8 because their dad beats them up or whatever. I literally can't imagine like a sadder guy. Like, I'm imagining so many guys right now. I love doing this. And the saddest by far is the guy who's like looking for an excuse to hit a woman in a justified sense, you know? So there's a type of guy where they own guns and they're just like constantly thinking, oh, I can't wait for like a burglar because I'm going to use these guns and I'm going to defend my property. And I still think that's really sad, because like, why are you wasting your life hoping for bad things to happen, right? But at least in that case, the thing they're looking forward to being able to do ostensibly is like a legitimate act of self-defense. Like if somebody breaks in their house or attacks them, like, okay, your obsession is weird, but at least the thing you're aspiring towards is technically like a legitimate act of self-defense. Whereas in this case, it's just like, these guys are just like, okay, I just really want to fucking deck a chick, you know? And I'm just waiting for an excuse, like anything. I have no idea what drives these people. It's insane. But it is probably like some kind of trauma, right? Like, as much as these types of guys love to pretend that they're a psychological black box, they're often as easy to read as a fucking newspaper comic strip. And it's so often like a who hurt you moment, you know?
Hating women is a lie.
Oh, I thought we went back to the beginning of the video for a second there. It's like a reopening.
It's a lie. And all you are doing when you accept those worldviews, when you accept those messages, is you are holding on to the fiction that whoever hurt you needs to be retaliated against. Whatever toxic message you received about them, this is a thing that now needs to be built into some kind of control mechanism against them. It's all a lie. It's not real. It's not true. None of it is. But what is true is your unresolved bad ideas, your unresolved hurt, and nothing good can happen in your life. You don't start living life. Truly, I mean this, and I can tell you from personal experience this is true. You can't start really living your life until women, how do I say this? Your life doesn't really begin in the full, broader sense of the community you can have until women are treated as your equal. Not because you are being subjugated, but because you are being lifted into a space where you actually understand the healthy relationships you can have and what they can do for you and what they mean and what they tell you about the previous messages you had and everything else. Your life doesn't begin until that starts. Your true fulfillment does not begin until that begins. And so
this guy seems like he's done a lot of growing in his life, a lot of work.
I would just lastly encourage everyone to take a step back. In combat sports, we are filled to the brim with young men, and in certain cases older.
Also, I'm so sorry for doing a bigotry myself, but I can't believe this guy is a figure in MMA. Like, if you knock this guy upside the head, you wouldn't hear a hollow thunk. I don't know if this guy did fighting before. I won't apologize for thinking of MMA as a sport filled with 80 IQ meatheads, because it is their job to lower each other's IQ in a concussive fashion. Maybe this guy played and he just had a really great dodge and he just never got hit in the head. Did he play? I have no idea. I'm just, you know. I imagine that this doesn't apply to homosexual guys. No, first of all, a lot of homosexual guys dislike women. It does not. Being gay might take away some of the motivators for chauvinistic behavior, but not all of them. Not at all. And secondly, there's still kind of like incelish archetypes that in the gay community. You know, gay guys tend to get laid more often, assuming they're out, because just the dynamics with men dating men are very different. But there is a weird community of like gay incels. And I've been on Grindr, okay? Some of these guys post pictures. If they just put those pictures on Grindr and, you know, answered messages they received with the grace and conscious of like a fish, they would be able to get laid. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. Yeah. He's apparently an MMA commentator, not a fighter. Well, I know he's a commentator now. I don't think I've ever seen an MMA fighter have a beard and hair like this. Wouldn't it get grabbed? Can you grab a guy's beard? If I look up MMA fighter, I feel like all I see are guys with very short or shaved heads and very short or shaved faces. Anything longer than that. I guess they have some hair. Why does this guy look Chechen? Is this guy Chechen? Is this guy Kadyrov's son? What the holy shit, that cauliflower ear. Oh my god. He is a Kadyrovite too? Wait, was I right? Did I just phrenology my way into like he's from Dagestan? What? Where is that? The Republic of Dagestan is a republic of Russia in North Caucasus of Eastern Europe along the Caspian Sea. Dude, I was so close. Holy shit. I just 23andMe'd from a distance. I just used my eyes. Hell yeah, dude. Right by the Caucasus. Absolutely. Isn't Dana White the president of the UFC? I don't know anything about anything. Okay, stop.
Dana's not very young, who have nothing but terrible ideas about women that are lies, that are not true, that are fictions you have held on to, and they need to go as soon as possible.
Look up Kimbo Slice. I know about Kimbo Slice. He's named Kimbo Slice. Everyone knows about Kimbo Slice. And it is true, Kimbo Slice has a very active beard. I can't imagine a human alive who could deter me from wanting to fight more with just his appearance. He is a remarkably bear-like in mannerism. He's not alive though. Well, yeah, he died, didn't he? He died really young from, what was it? Drugs? Heart thing? It's always drugs or a heart thing. Cause of death unknown. That means drugs. Anyway, big guy. Yeah, it's super cool to see somebody in the MMA community speak up on this. This is Luke Thomas,
who watched this show. But I'm not
this guy, combat sports analysis for CBS Sports, sometimes Showtime. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm sorry. This is my content creator brain. When you guys said big figure commentator for MMA, I assumed that meant like a content creator. Not that they were an analyst for a syndicated, like, FCC broadcasting guidelines following mainstream sports show. Yeah, like it's actual. Damn. Cool. Oh, well, good luck, my man. It's illegal to grab hair. That makes sense. Feels like it'd be pretty bad. Internet brained? Well, to be fair, that is normally what we talk about, right? I mean, you know.